2013 JMC question number 22. Two numbers in this 4x4 grid can be swapped to create a magic square. So as for magic square, we know that all the rows, all the columns, and all the main diagonals add up to the same total. Question, what is the sum of that two numbers? So basically, if we can find that two numbers, you add them together, you get the answer. So guys, if you want to do the magic square, you have to add the sum of each row, column, and diagonal first. And I just done that. As for the sum of each row, I got 34, 32, 34, 36. And as for the column, the sum of each column, I got 34, 32, 36, 34. And then as for these two diagonals, one of that is 34, another is 32. Guys, to get the magic sum, we can just focus on the rows. If you take a look at the rows, you got 34, 32, 34, 36. What's the average, guys? The average is easy to get, which is just 34. That means the magic sum is 34. Okay, so after you swapping that two numbers, the sum of each row, column, and main diagonal must be 34. And so far, sum of numbers not 34, so let's see what should we do. As for 32, we have to make it a little bit larger, right? So you have to add 2 to it. So it means as for the number in this row, you have to make that number 2 larger than itself. And for 36, you have to make that number smaller than itself by 2 to get a 34. Okay, and it's also for the number in this diagonal is 32 now, you have to make it larger by 2. And as for the number in this column, you have to make it smaller than 2, minus 2. And also for the number in this column, you have to make it larger than 2. So guys, let's take a look at this plus 2 to find which number should be made larger than 2. So if you take a look at this column, and you take a look at this row, and you take a look at this diagonal, you'll find 13 will meet that requirement. So 13 is in this column, 13 is in this row, and 13 is also in this diagonal. So 13 should be made larger by 2. If you make it larger by 2, you'll get 15. So that means you have to change this number into 13. And let's see, is that 15? If we change 15, you see that yes, 15 is in this column, right? And also 15 is in this row. You want to make that row a little bit smaller. So basically, we need to change, we need to swap 13 and 15. So that will have this magic square. And since we're going to change 30 and 15, what's the sum of that two numbers? You do 13 plus 15, that is 28. So 28 will be the answer. We choose E.